Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ash. Hey, if you've been here before, and if you haven't, welcome. I'm in a bit of a different location. I'm literally just standing outside my house. I'm going to the store just to get some things for the week and just wanted to be outside for a little bit. As you can see, I am in a very isolated place. There's no one around me. Like, I don't even really have close neighbors. But I'm just outside the house. Like, that window up there is where I normally face to record. But I hope everyone is staying safe, doing what they're told, staying home, staying home, staying home, only going out at the smallest amount of times to get exactly what you need from the stores or the chemist. And or if you're working on the front lines or a key worker, I just cannot express the gratitude that I'm sure everyone has for the key workers at the moment. They are just really going above and beyond. I live on an island, so we're very limited, and people have just been fantastic. For the most part, everyone has done exactly what they're supposed to be doing. In our stores, they have everything marked out, and they've got shields up to protect the cashiers and till workers, and all the medical staff have done everything they possibly could. So it's pretty amazing to see the community come together like that. Where I live, they're very famous for the road race here, the TT. It's motorbike race. So we don't actually have a national speed limit, and even last night they came in and said everywhere is 40 miles an hour because obviously they want to protect everyone and protect the precious hospital beds that we have over here and are very limited with because we only have one hospital. So just to say, I hope everyone is staying completely safe, and if there's anyone who's feeling isolated or lonely, I know how it feels. I've been working from home for about 10 days now, and I live by myself with my cat, who, thank God for my cat, Miss Gloria. But please, anybody who needs to talk, totally reach out to me on Instagram, the.ash.silver. A couple of people have been asking me to make a Twitter, so I did that, and it's just at the ashsilver1. And just feel free to direct message me, comment, anything like that. We're all in this together, so let's just stay at home and do what we can. And so, on to the L Word, guys. As I said, on to the L Word, episode 6, season 1. Shane and Alice didn't have too much going on this episode. First thing I noticed about Alice in the morning scene was she was wearing a fellow Free City t-shirt. And as I said in one of my fact videos, Alicia Haley actually used to date the woman who created Free City, so that's why it's featured on the show a lot. But Alice and Shane really didn't have too much going on in the episode. Alice's mum left and Shane had her friend Clive show up, but they only had a few little scenes. Dana and Lara, their kind of storyline for the episode was Dana was going to an event and her agent gently suggested that she should take her doubles partner Harrison, where they've kind of been presenting themselves as a couple. Like, Harrison is gay too, and Laura assumes naturally that she's dating Dana. Obviously she would be going with her, and even shows up at the house like totally dressed and ready to go to this event, and Harrison's there, and Laura says she feels like an idiot. I'm sure this stuff still goes on now. There's a lot of professional sports people that they come out after they've had their career because they know it'll impact things. Looking back, when I was in high school, right around the time this episode came out, I think I was a year out of high school when this came out, I went to a private Catholic all-girls school in Florida, and when we had like our prom and Christmas formal and all those things, we had to go with a male date. Like, you were not allowed to even buy a ticket or go if you didn't go with a male date. And obviously at the time I had a girlfriend, so we had to ask basically two of our friends, and like we still went. And I remember us even getting like the proper like formal picture taken, like my girlfriend and I, and it just, that sort of stuff, I think it's relaxed a lot now, but there's still schools that operate that way. It's still difficult for people. Like a lot of people think, oh, you know, most countries allow gay marriage now, like this problem solved, and it's not. There's still a lot of things going on, and in some countries obviously it's way worse. But someone who's living openly, they have to constantly come out every time you meet new people, especially as a lot of people look at me and assume that I'm straight. Whenever you have that awkward moment of saying something about like an ex or someone you like, or, and it always goes into that territory of, okay, I'm gonna use the female pronoun now, so people are gonna either get that confused look. It's still not 100% easy. I mean, yes, we're making huge strides, and every day things do get better and easier. We've really come a long way, even from when I first watched this episode to now watching this episode. Like, things are a million times better, but it's important not to forget just how bad it used to be. And they even show that in the beginning of the episode when that cop is in the like cafe place and he arrests a guy for being gay. And where I live, even up until 8 years before this episode, so in the early 90s, people were still being arrested in the country I live in for being gay. I mean, it was never women, of course, but there's people who still have criminal records because of being gay and where I live. Like, it's just insane to me, but things are getting better. Things are getting better. Now onto all the awkward scenes. Jenny and Marina are caught by Tim, and that scene, I think it's done very well because no one says anything and it's all just silence and looks, and you just feel so bad for Tim, but it's just so awkward, and it was really well done, I think, the whole way they did it. But I remember when I first watched this episode, again, I was 19 or something, and I remember thinking, how have they just gone and got married? Like, that's so stupid. But now, as being in my early 30s watching it, like, I completely can understand a bit more why they reacted that way, and why they, obviously Tim was trying to desperately save the relationship. Jenny was trying to desperately act like nothing had happened, and even the way she still lies to him and still says, oh, it was a one-time thing and that was the only time it's happened. There's still a lot of unraveling of the relationship to go, but yeah, I just feel really bad for Tim in that situation. Like, it's awful. And then Bette and Tina, this is another couple of scenes that are just, you feel so bad for them, and it's so awkward when Bette and Tina pick up Bette's dad and they go to dinner, and everything about the way Melvin conducts himself, like, they're holding hands on the table and they both like break it off, and he's just like giving them this look. The way he even like calls Tina Miss Kennard, and the worst bit is when he says, if this is what you want in your friendship with Miss Kennard, and oh, that just like must cut Bette so deeply. But it's, I do feel really bad for Bette, because obviously she absolutely idolizes her dad and really looks up to him, but he just pretends that she's not gay, or just acts like it's not happening. I am very fortunate that my family could not care less that I'm gay. Nobody cares. They've always been really accepting. It's literally like, oh yeah, she's blonde. And I just always feel so bad for people who, I know a lot of people who've had issues with parents and grandparents, and even some people with siblings. Like, it must be so hurtful that the people you love the most are rejecting you being your authentic self. So I really feel for Bette in this. I really liked how Kit went and stuck up for Bette to the dad, and you know, that sibling relationship is always so strong. Like I've got two sisters and a brother, and we're very, very, very close, and I would do the exact same thing. Bette's dad just completely rejects the idea of having any sort of relationship with the child, and I just feel so bad for them. It's so awkward too at dinner when the waiter was coming over and like trying to do the specials and things. Overall, I feel like this episode is one where not too much happens to move the whole season storylines forward, but it is a very important episode for, I mean, we see a bit more about Bette and Kit and their background, where they've come from, their dad, how they are, each of them have totally different relationships with him. We see the beginning of the complete destruction of Tim and Jenny, and obviously at the end Tim leaves Jenny and doesn't even leave the note, just leaves the ring with a blank piece of paper rolled up. I guess he didn't think that he needed to say anything because it's pretty obvious why he left. But yeah, good episode, really enjoyed it, apart from the awkwardness of a good couple of those scenes. I mean, actually, it was a lot of awkwardness between Dana and Lara and Alice, Shane and her, I'm talking about her mom, Bette and Tina with the dad, Kit with the dad, and then Jenny, Marina, Tim. This episode should have been called Awkward. But overall, really good, and I'm hoping to be back very soon, a lot shorter than normal, for the episode 7 review. And just to say again, I hope everyone is staying safe, doing what they're supposed to do, just stay home. If we follow these rules, follow what we're supposed to do, the quicker all of this is going to be over. If anybody is feeling isolated, alone, believe me, I feel the exact same way. I live by myself. My poor cat has had to listen to a lot of ranting and talking, but in any way that you want to reach out to me, comments down below, follow me on Instagram, direct message me there. My Instagram is the.ash.silver. And also a few people were asking me to make a Twitter, so I've made one. I haven't really done anything with it yet, but I will soon. So on Twitter, I'm at the@ashsilver1. So reach out to me on any of those social media channels. I also have a Facebook that's the.ash.silver as well. And reach out anyway to me, and I'm more than happy to have a little chat, discussion, anything. It doesn't even have to be about that word. But stay safe, guys, and please take care of yourselves. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye.